Christmas Eve has always been my favorite day to fly. As a cargo pilot, I felt like I was some kind of Santa's helper, delivering gifts and essential goods across the country. That year, my plane was loaded to the brim with ingredients for Christmas dinners, all destined for small, isolated towns. My last flight of the day was to the remote village of Vail, Nevada. The name was fitting for the place, but the weather seemed to be on my side. However, Mother Nature had other plans. Halfway there, a sudden and violent snowstorm appeared out of nowhere. The instruments started malfunctioning, visibility dropped to zero. I tried to stay calm, but the plane was shaking frighteningly. With my heart racing, I did what any pilot would do. I looked for a safe place for an emergency landing. I spotted a clearing in the forest and with all my skill managed to land the plane, but the impact was hard. I was unconscious for a moment. When I woke up, the silence was total, broken only by the howling of the wind. I was trapped. The radio was dead, the plane damaged, and I was miles from any civilization in the middle of a white desert. Despair began to set in. There I was, surrounded by delicious food, but completely alone and cold. The irony was cruel. The turkey, the ham, the pies, everything that should bring joy to other families now seemed to mock my situation. I spent the night shivering, eating cold biscuits for my own emergency kit, thinking about the families who wouldn't have their Christmas dinner because of me. Christmas morning arrived, cold and gray. I lost hope. That's when I heard a sound, first faint, then louder. It was bells. It seemed like a hallucination, but the sound was getting closer. Suddenly, through the trees, a sleigh appeared, pulled by strong horses, with a man with a white beard and a thick red coat driving it. He looked like Santa Claus himself. His name was Klaus, and he was a lumberjack who lived in a cabin nearby. He had seen my plane landing and came to check it out. When I told him about the cargo, his eyes lit up. "No one in Snowy Valley will go without Christmas dinner," he said with a smile. He mobilized the small community through an old amateur radio. Within a few hours, a caravan of sleighs and snowmobiles arrived at the clearing. Men, women, and even children worked together, forming a human chain to unload the plane. They laughed and sang as they carried the boxes through the snow. The spirit of community was palpable, contagious. That night, instead of being disappointed, everyone in Snowy Valley shared the biggest Christmas dinner they had ever had. They set up long tables in the community hall, and the food I was carrying became a feast for everyone. They welcomed me like a hero, but the real heroes were them. On that cold night, in the middle of nowhere, I didn't just find help, I found a family. I realized that Christmas isn't about what's under the tree or on the table. It's about being together, about kindness and mutual support. My plane was stuck in the snow for days, but my heart was rescued in that moment. That was, without a doubt, the most important flight of my life. Thank you for listening to my story, and never forget the power of unity. Merry Christmas. If this story touched your heart, remember this: even when you feel forgotten, God is already working in silence. Like this video, subscribe for more emotional stories. Share this message with someone who needs hope this Christmas. You are not alone.